Today we are making some pear pies. This is a half of a cup of sugar for each bowl. Here is a fourth of a teaspoon of salt. Use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Use 2 tablespoons of flour. And then mix that up really well. Juice a lemon. Set the juice aside, you'll use it later. Here we are peeling and coring pears. This also works for apples, but if you don't have one of these, you could also use a knife or a peeler. They work just as well. Use 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. This helps keep the pears or apples from getting brown, but it also adds a little flavor. Stir them up well to coat them thoroughly with the lemon juice. Then you can add the cinnamon and sugar mixture. Make sure you stir that up really well so that it's well coated. Now that the filling is finished, we can make the crust. Use 2 cups of flour. Use 1 teaspoon of salt, and you can mix that in. Use 1/2 cup of oil. It should be cold. Use a little more than 1/4 of a cup of cold water. You can mix it up now, but be careful not to overwork the dough. If you work it too much, it could make very tough pie crust. You can roll the dough out between 2 pieces of wax paper to the desired thickness and size. Remove the top layer of wax paper. Roll the dough over the rolling pin, and then you can place it in the pie plate that way. Then you can remove the other layer of waxed paper. Be careful not to tear the pie crust. This part is tricky. You can now add the pie filling. You can add pats of butter as shown here. For the top crust, you can repeat the same process as you used for the bottom crust. Now you can trim off a little of the extra crust, but be careful not to trim off too much. Carefully tuck the edges under to keep the juice from bubbling out, and then use a fork to press the edges down. Give it a pretty pattern. Don't forget to poke some holes in the top. You can use a knife and make a little pretty design, but this lets the steam out while it bakes. Preheat oven to 450 and bake the pie for 10 minutes, and then reduce the heat to 350 and bake for 45 minutes.